So therefore, it's our today's article. Using this law, we have to find the magnetic field inside a solenoid. So therefore, let us consider a solenoid. And here let us suppose the wire is wound over the let us suppose the current enters here, current, and then it will move back and then come down and then move back come down and so on. In this way, the current will pass again and again wire. So therefore, in this way, this is the diagram of the solenoid. Length of the supposed or imagined loop to apply Ampere's law. N is the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid. So we have to suppose these two things, L and N. Now, to apply the Ampere's law here, because we know that Ampere's law states that the line integral magnetic field over a closed loop. So therefore, we have to consider a loop. Now, loop can be of any shape, and for our convenience, here we will suppose the loop of, we can say that, rectangular shape. So I will draw the loop with a different color so that it may not be will be visible for you like this. Now our loop is A B C D. A B C and D. Now you can see that here in the loop ABCD. Now if I will apply Ampere's law, then according to Ampere's law, what will is there? the closed line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught times the current threading the tube. Now we have the first of all, either we have to solve the left hand side, then we have to solve the, this is our D and this is our C. Now first of all I will do the left hand side. I will do the integration of magnetic field. Now B dot dl, it is a closed line integral, so therefore it can be written as sum of line integrals from A to B plus B dot dl from B to C, then from C to D plus D to A. This is a closed line integral. Now closed line integral is equal to sum of the line integral first from A to B, first from here from A to B, then from B to C, then from C to D, and at last from D to A. So in this way we have completed the loop, and when we do the addition of these four integrals, we will get the closed line integral of magnetic field over the closed loop. Closed loop, what is the closed loop? That is the A, B, C, D. This is the closed loop. If we see from here, then what do you think here the direction of current? If you will see from here, you will see from here, you will see the simple coil. Simple coil I will draw here, that is only the acceptor. Now the current is moving from the downside and is taking a circular path and then coming out. Therefore, what you will see from here, this is the what we will view from this angle. It is like this. Therefore, current will be in clockwise. Clockwise means it will behave like a sun. Means magnetic field will, magnetic lines of force, they will enter here. Magnetic lines of force, they will enter here like this. And after entering here, these magnetic lines of force, they will travel inside the solenoid, and ultimately I will not discuss what you will see from the other end. Ultimately it will behave like a knot. Therefore we can say that this is the direction of magnetic field produced by the solenoid. I think you must be remembering, this is discussed in the 10th class also, the magnetic field due to solenoid. This is just like a bar magnet. Therefore if you will see here, then the magnetic field inside the solenoid, it is parallel to the axis of the cylinder on which the solenoid is wound. Now in this portion of the imaginary path AB, so therefore you can see that if DL portion, this DL portion is taken on this side AB, then you can see that clearly from this diagram the angle between B and DL is कितना होगा? What will the angle between B and DL for the AB? It will become B dl cos. What do you think angle between B and DL? कितना होएगा angle? Now I will redraw the diagram so that it may be clear to you. Now this is our rectangle. Rectangle means our rectangular path, what we have supposed. This is A, this is B, C and D, and magnetic field is like this one. Now if I take small portion of the wire and that is DL on the AB, then what is the angle between DL and AB? So ultimately दिखाई दे रहा है angle is 0, both are parallel. Now for the BC, it will be again, this is B dot DL, it will become B DL cos. Now what is the angle between B and DL for BC? Now you can see B and C is in this direction, the magnetic field is along this direction, and DL will be along this direction, that is this one. So what is the angle between B and DL? बोलो बिल्कुल सही है, it will be 90 degree. Plus it will be from C to D, this will be BDL cos. Now this is our DL and magnetic field is along this direction, then it will be cos. What will it will be? Cos. Very good. 180. And last D to A. Now on this portion, this will be the DL and it is in the downward direction, and magnetic field ultimately you can see it is on this direction, this will be BDL cos. Cos कितना होगा? Again it will be a magnetic field is along this direction, DL is along this direction, angle is again 90 degree. So therefore you can see here it is cos 90 and here it is cos 90. So therefore these will become 0. So therefore magnetic line integral of magnetic field over the path BC and over the path DA, it will become 0. So therefore this will become the closed line integral B dot dl, it will become A to B, that is BDL cos 0 is 1 plus 0, this is 0, D to C, B to C is 0, then this is minus A to B, B to C, then this is C to D, cos 180 is minus 1, this is BDL, and plus last one is, you can see it is cos 90, it is again 0, D2A. So therefore our formula reduces to this one. Now here you can see that, let us say this is the, we can say that this is a B magnetic field here and this is minus B. Now here the magnetic field, it is inside the solenoid and this is outside the solenoid. Magnetic field is not same, otherwise they will cancel out to be 0. So therefore now here one thing which is to be noted is that for points outside the solenoid, B out is always equal to 0. Means here just outside the solenoid magnetic field will be 0. So therefore this will also become 0. So therefore this formula, that is B dot dl, which is line integral over the closed loop, it will become a to b, that is b inside dl plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, that is only equal to a to b, b inside into dl. Now b inside is constant, we will take it out. Now the line integral from a to b dl, what you will get? Now you can see that I have considered here starting, initially I have considered this one, that is length of the supposed imagined loop. This is the length what we have supposed. So therefore the length of this loop is L, because no need to imagine or consider the breadth, because it will not contribute anything, because here the magnetic field integral of magnetic field becomes 0. Therefore when I will do the integration of dl, because in the loop I have taken this small length, when I will add integrate, I will get the total length a to b, and therefore integral of dl will become length a to b. So therefore it will become L, b inside into L, what I have supposed. So therefore this will become equation number say 2. Now we will make this equation number 1. Now we will talk about the right hand side. The right hand side was mu naught into current threading the loop. Now mu naught into current threading the loop. Now here we have to suppose that we have to find out that how much current is passing through the, we can say that this one, this loop. Now for this one I will take out small portion of this diagram. As you can see this one, I have enlarged it. Now you can see that what is the current threading the loop. Here you can see that the current is coming out of the loop once, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time. So what do you think? Current threading the loop is 7 times the current passing through one loop, that is I, because same current is passing again and again. The answer is no, because here this is the diagram which is made, but does not mean that it will be always 7 times. So therefore we have to find out how many times the current is threading the loop. To find out we have supposed initially, that is this one, n, number of turns per unit length in the solenoid. So therefore if we know the number of turns per unit length in this solenoid, then we can calculate the how many times the current is threading. So n is the number of turns per unit length. So therefore total number of turns in the length L, what we have imagined, that will be equal to number of turns per unit length into the length. So therefore NL is the NL, not 7. NL is the number of turns per unit length, which will be we can say that enclosed by this length L. Now current through one loop, the one loop कह लो या one coil कह लो, that will be equal to I. So therefore total current through total number of turns. Now if the current through one turn or one loop is I and total number of turns are NL, so therefore total current through the total number of turns which are enclosed, which are enclosed by loop, that will be equal to NL into I. So therefore from this one, if we want to find the current threading the loop, then the current threading the loop will be NL into I, means total number of turns into the current through one loop NLI, and this is the enclosed, I have written here enclosed one loop. So therefore it will become mu naught into NL into I. This becomes equation number 3. Now we can see that the left hand side of Ampere's law is equal to, that is B dot dl. Now this is our left hand side, which is equal to B in into L, and this one is our right hand side. So therefore we can write down from equation 1, 2 and 3, we get B dot dl, that is B dot dl Bin into L. Bin into L is equal to mu naught into NL into I. Nice again. This is the current threading the loop, NL into I, and this is equal to mu naught NL into I. So therefore these will be equal to each other according to the law. So therefore you can see that L will be cancelled out and we will get the expression for magnetic field inside a toroid, that is equal to mu naught N into I. So therefore this is the final expression for the magnetic field inside the toroid. Now toroid and solenoid, they are the same thing. The difference is that in the case of a toroid, it is not straight. It is in the form of a circle. It is solenoid. Solenoid is straight, but the toroid, it is curved. It is in the shape of a circle. Just like that solenoid, it has the same thing. Now this green portion, actually it is the, I am drawing the magnetic field. I will tell you why it is so. So that wire is wound over like this. So just like a solenoid, the wire is wound over the frame, cylindrical frame, but that cylinder is not straight. Now this cylinder is in the form of a circle. Magnetic field due to a toroid, again we have to consider the imaginary loop inside the, we can say that this toroid, to apply the Ampere's law. Now this red path, what I have drawn here, is a loop considered by us to apply the Ampere's law. As in the previous article, here we will consider again that n is the number of turns per unit length. And here we will consider the radius. R is the radius of the loop. Loop which we have imagined here, which is shown by the red color. Now if R is the radius of loop, then what will be the length of loop? Length of loop कितनी होगी? If R is the radius, then that will be equal to circumference, that is 2 pi R. Is it clear? Now according to Ampere's law, that is closed line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught into current threading the loop. So first of all, we will this is we can say that equation number 1. So first of all, in this diagram, what is there? B dot dl is equal to B dl into cos of the angle between B and dl. Now I have already drawn the magnetic field. The magnetic field inside the toroid will be in the form of the shape of the in the form of the closing loops, that is what I have shown with the green color lines. Now these are the magnetic field lines, and on the red portion, if I consider on the red line, if I consider this small portion of length dl, then I think you can understood that what is the angle between B and dl everywhere throughout the loop. What is the angle? Angle will be below. Very good. It will be 0. They will be parallel. Therefore, it will become BDL. Now, being a symmetry, we will be taking it out. So therefore, it will be the integral of dl. Now, when such dl, they are added together. When they are added together, what I will get? Then क्या मिलेगा? बोलो. When such dl are added, we will get the circumference of the red line, red circle. So therefore it will be get, this is the closed line integral, closed line integral, closed line integral, and this will become B dot 2 pi R. So this become equation number 1. Clear? ठीक है? Now second part. Second part is, this is equation number 2. Now second part is mu naught into current threading the loop. Now it is equal to mu naught into current threading the loop means number of we can say that turns enclosed by the loop multiplied by current through one loop. So therefore it will be equal to, now what is the number of turns enclosed by the loop? That can be found by number of turns per unit length into length of the loop. I think you must remember that I have written here the length of the loop is 2 pi r. So therefore it will become number of turns enclosed by the loop is equal to number of turns per unit length into the length of the loop into the current through the one. I will prefer here not, I will use this word loop. Current through one, I will use the word turn. And what is the current through one turn? That is the current flowing through this one. If it is the I, every time it will be passing through the I into the I. So therefore this becomes equation number 3. Now equation number 3 is the right hand side, equation number 2 is the left hand side, and equation number 1 is Ampere's centrifugal law. So therefore using from using equations 1, 2 and 3. What was the one equation? Equation 1 was this one. I will write down P dot dl was equal to Q naught into current threading the loop, and left hand side was equal to, this was equal to B into 2 pi r, B into 2 pi r, and this was equal to N into 2 pi r into L, N into 2 pi r into L, or 2 pi r, 2 pi r, they will be cancelled out, and B comes out to mu naught N into. You can see that magnetic field for both solenoid and toroid is equal to this one. So therefore B depends upon the this one. This means medium, because when we will change the medium, permeability will change. So therefore magnetic field, because of solenoid and toroid, one factor it depends on the is medium. Second one, it is the magnitude of current. Magnitude of current. And proportionality is direct. Here is also direct and here is also direct. Means more will be the current, more will be the magnetic field, more will be the permeability, more will be the magnetic field strength. And thirdly, it depends upon N. N is the number of turns per unit length. If number of turns per unit length are more, then magnetic field will be stronger. If number of turns per unit length are small, then magnetic field will be weaker. So therefore all these factors, they are directly proportional to the magnetic field strength. And here you can see that the magnetic field is independent of number 1, length of solenoid, and secondly, radius of toroid. So you can see that here it is not depending upon the radius of the toroid. Whether the radius is small or large, it will remain same till the number of turns per unit length and the current, it remains the same.